All right, we are going to go through an example where we are factoring a quadratic. All right, so let's just remember that what is a quadratic? It is something that has a squared, basically. So if we're looking at ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, this would be considered a quadratic. So if we're being asked to factor a quadratic, we may be given a problem that looks like this. 10x squared plus 50x. And we are asked to factor this, all right? So we want to pull out the greatest common factor from both of these terms. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to ask ourselves, do the coefficients have a common factor? So do 10 and 50 have a common factor? And the answer is yes. The number 10 can go evenly into both 10 and 50. So we can pull 10 out. So we can pull 10 out of both the 50 and the 10 and put that on the outside of what will be in parentheses. All right, so that's our first common factor. Now we're going to look at our x squared and our x. Do they have something in common? And the answer is yes, they have a 1x that is common. So we can also pull out that x. All right? So if we pull out the 10x from the 10x squared, the only thing we're going to have left is the x. Likewise, if we pull out the 10x from the 50x, the only thing that we're going to have left is the 5. And this would be a factored form of the quadratic 10x squared plus 50x. We can go the opposite way to get back to our original quadratic. And 10x times x is 10x squared. And then the 10x times a positive 5 is 50x. And that gets us back to our original. So essentially, we're just going backwards, and we're pulling out the greatest common factor to give us a factored form of a quadratic. Please use this example to complete a couple additional problems to get some extra practice, and have a great week.